I'm trying to go somewhere with this story. Second thing I want to show you, and then I'm get out of your house. Some people seek the Lord, but lack the right faith.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all stay with me here in verse number 6 through 8. Watch this. He is not here. That's the A part of verse 6. That really goes with the last point. That they seek the Lord, but looking in the wrong place. You're looking in the wrong place. You looking for him, but he ain't here. Yeah. That's what he said in verse 6. He got up. Yes, he said he was going to do it. And he ain't here. Yes. Don't look for him in dead places. Because he ain't here. He got up out of a dead place. Because he's a living God. Let me show you the latter part, verse 6. You seek the Lord, but you lack the right faith. Look at the latter part of verse number 6. He said, remember how he spake unto you when you were yet in Galilee. Now, here's what he did. He said, really, your faith is based in your tradition. Because you still think he dead. And you still coming to the grave after the Sabbath day. But I got something else I need to tell you. Your faith in the wrong place. And I might well go and tell you, you ain't got no faith. But let me help you find something. He said, remember, watch this, what Jesus said. And I thank God for every preacher and every Sunday school teacher that got up today to tell somebody about the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Because this is why men are lost now. Because nobody's telling the story. You know, we cringe at some folks when they look at the kind of strange. When you go to talking about the Bible and telling them what thus said the Lord. Matter of fact, you don't believe it, but some folks get mad at you when you preach the truth. Real went from preaching to picking. I wish I had somebody right there. He ought to stay in the Bible and stay out of it. Listen, how am I going to make your mess applicable to the Bible if I don't get in your job? And every now and then, God will get in your mess. You can't stay a child of God and he don't mess with you. Don't tell you about your stuff. Don't tell you where you mess it up. And the problem with these women was they didn't remember what Jesus said. Let me tell you a couple things that Jesus said. And I'm trying to get out of your hair real quick, Mike. Number one, you remember when Jesus was in Galilee. I'm talking about before he get to Golgotha. I'm talking about what happened in Galilee. Some of them had forgotten. You understand how it is, but Jim, when you're thinking that Jesus dead, well, don't worry about what he said. Because he already dead. Don't think about it no more. Don't contemplate it no more. Don't meditate on it no more. Because he dead and we might as well be dead too. All right. Are y'all talking to me here? All right, so the text said, he said, remember what he said in Galilee. Well, what did he say in Galilee? First of all, he said he must be delivered. Y'all don't recall, but he told Judas, he said, listen, I know you got a demon in you, but you can't stay here for the communion. You need to get out of here and go handle your business. I know you and the devil finna hook up right now, but you got to get out of here because we finna dismiss you from the fellowship with the brothers because you got another person that you show allegiance to. You got to get out.
All right. That's up.
Soon as Judas leave, meet Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. Drag this crowd in there with him. And listen, Judas even told him, say, listen, I'm going to tell you who he is without telling you anything. I'm going to walk up to him and say, hey, master. Amen. Let me tell you something. You got to watch them people kiss on you. Amen. Amen. Yeah, that's how Jesus betrayed Christ. Walked up to him with his brother to kiss. And you know, Paul was adamant about that. He talked to them, listen, we ought to greet one another with a holy kiss. Now listen, that don't mean brothers go around kissing on each other. What it meant was, it was a customary greeting for that particular culture. And so there was no problem with them on each other. Matter of fact, Frenchmen and Italians still do it today. Walk up to each other and kiss each other on each other side of the jaw. Y'all talk to me when he came. And so when Judas walked up to Christ and kisses him on his jaw, he lets them know who Christ is. But now when he said he must be delivered, this all in verse number 7, Look at verse number 7. He said, he also must be crucified. Yeah. Now, if you notice, when he said it must be delivered, he's saying that this is an imperative. There is no way Christ can get around this. Amen. There is no other avenue. You remember Christ prayed about that. Amen. He said, Father, if it be thy will, yes, I wish I had a Bible in here. Let this cup pass from me. But nevertheless, if I got to catch hell, if I got to deal with Judas, if I got to deal with sinners, if I got to deal with a demon, let this cup, let thy will be done. So in verse number 7, he said he must be delivered. Yeah. Verse number 7, he said he must be crucified. What does it mean to be crucified? It means to have a crown of thorn planted on his head. Yeah. It means to be slapped around like he was nobody. It means to have hair snatched out of his beard. I mean, men would grab hands of his hair and just snatch it out of his chin. There were men who walked up to Christ and literally slapped him. Christ took 39 stripes on his back with a whip that's got claws inside of it that was designed as soon as it gripped to tear flesh. And listen, the thorns were at least 2 inches long. And when they planted the circle, they put it on his head like he was crowning him King of Kings. But you can see them press those thorns down to the point where the thorns penetrated the flesh of his skull. Then they took him to Golgotha's hill. Made him carry his own cross. Are y'all praying with me here? They put 2 in his feet and they put 2 in his hand. And by the time Jesus gets ready to give up the ghost and die, they're not sure whether or not he's dead but Jim. So they took a spear and stuck him in his side. Somebody asked the question, well, why blood and water? It wasn't about blood and water come out. The idea was to make sure he's dead. Yeah, because if he flinched, he ain't dead. If he moved from this spear piercing him, then he ain't dead. But when Jesus gave up the ghost and they pierced him and he didn't move, they said, yeah, he dead. Amen. Now watch this. He said to remember what Jesus said. Some people are lacking the right faith. Right. You're lacking the right faith because you didn't hear what Jesus said. Matter of fact, you got a problem hearing what I said. Amen. Like he hasn't gone from preaching to people. I wish I had a witness right there. Listen, the third thing he said, that not only must he be delivered, must he be crucified, but he must rise again. I wish I had somebody right there on the third day. And can I go and tell you, if you counted the days, if it was Friday evening, all day Saturday, at morning and night, and then early Sunday morning, that's 3 days. I don't care how you do the math. It's 3 days. I mean, they might have been looking at it themselves, but that's 3 whole days that Jesus borrowed a tomb. And then the third day, he got her with power. Now listen, when you're lacking in faith, you need to remember what Jesus said. Now what struck me as wild is when we get to verse number 3. It wasn't until they were reminded of what Jesus said in Galilee that we come to verse number 8. And the Bible said it was then that they remembered the words of Jesus. Can I just go ahead and tell you this? Not only do you remember what he said, but you all remember his word. Now, when they say remember what he said, that was the angels talking, preaching the message about Jesus Christ. Don't you recall what he said? And what this did was, this generated their thought processes. They started to recall and remember what Jesus had said. I wish I had somebody right there. That's the reason why some people are saved today. Because they're lacking the right faith. And what gonna cause you to lack in faith is not hearing what Jesus is saying. You can get mad with me all you want to. You can be upset all you want to. I've had people tell me, say, if you don't change the sermon, I'm going to leave here. I told them, listen, there are other churches, but I'm going to preach what God tells me to preach until God tells me not to preach it. You ought to be glad I'm not like Noah. Preach one sermon, 120 years, and to have some members come to revelate another passage in the Bible that you didn't preach on. Yeah, but it ain't the passage God told me. You don't need to hear what Jesus said. And then final word, I got to get out of here. I'm out of your hair. Listen, not only when you're looking for, seeking the Lord, but you're looking in the wrong place, and you're lacking the right faith. Watch this. But in seeking the Lord, some of us are lost and bewildered. And I got to get out of here on this one. Tone, I'm about to close it out. Is that all right with you? Hey, right on.